I just can't believe this is all happening. I cannot believe I'm a part of a world where they're just broadcasting it live and you can't even say nobody, and everybody is saying something except for the people that are supposed to represent us, the leaders. I just don't even understand it at this point. I mean, again, it's like you're programmed to say these things. But the reality is you do understand it. It's very easily understood that this genocide is being perpetuated by the owners, the people who own all of those other people, all of those leaders, all of those representatives. It doesn't make any sense any other way. I mean, at the end of the day, like I have zero connection to Palestine, zero Middle Eastern connection whatsoever. My only Semitic connection is being part black, but nobody likes to talk about that element of it. But the like all of the people that come through the barbs of the world, like you're just a piece of shit, right? That's really all it can mean. When you don't give a shit about genocide, about children being killed, about the worst horrors ever broadcast, like it just shows what a piece of shit you are. Like there's just no other way around it. And I really do hope, I hope everybody on the other side dies. I mean, we all will eventually. But I wish that upon you. I wish you could experience that whole thing. You could go to bad guy land and see how they treat you. All of you people who aren't bad guys by blood, I would love to see your reaction to going to bad guy land and being spit on and chased and attacked. I saw reminded of a clip from the Morgan Spurlock movie, Where in the World is Osama bin Laden? And he went all over the Middle East and he had nothing but great experiences until he went to bad guy land, where within minutes he was surrounded by a mob, and the protections that he had with him, the guys with machine guns and body armor, made their first and only appearance in the film. Because they had to get him the fuck out of there because he was being attacked. Go on, go off. They're just such awful people, and they know it. That's why they're so resistant to any sort of questioning or intelligent discussion or whatever, because they can't. There's nothing they can say. They're just awful human beings. And when you look at videos that come out of bad guy land schools and you see how the children are programmed, there is no fixing that. It just has to be removed. That's it. There's no way to, oh, well, maybe we were wrong about this. No, it'll never happen. They are horrendous psychopaths. And they're dragging us into it. Do you really think the U.S. isn't going to institute a draft soon enough? Especially when the majority of the people are like, fuck this, I don't want anything to do with this, and stop joining the military. I would imagine the military's numbers are way down. You don't hear anything about it. You definitely don't hear, can you pray for me? Nothing stops you from doing what you want to do, but you're a fucking idiot. I can tell you that. If you believe in the power of prayer, even a tiny, tiny little bit, then you should only be praying that the clergy stops raping children. We won't even take it to the whole genocide and all that stuff and blah blah blah. Just pray that the clergy stop raping children. As soon as you can facilitate that prayer, that action, then let's talk. But if you believe in the power of prayer and prayer juice, don't waste that shit on me. Get your clergy to stop raping children, raping little boys. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, look at how stupid you are. See, this is like, instead of being able to engage in the conversation or the debate and maybe make a point to say, to prove that what you're saying has some validity, that's the dumb shit that these people say. They know there's nothing they can actually say. They know there's no argument they can make to make their shit sound even like halfway reasonable. So they just say dumb shit. And it's how it consistently works. I mean, there's no, these fucking pricks talking about praying and all that. I mean, for what? How come you can't make a reasonable comment or an argument as to why your shit is legitimate? The arrogance, it's such an example of the arrogance that Christians have. It's really incredible. Christians believe that there's a God's plan and that apparently they can manipulate God's plan by just praying to him. Problem is, God doesn't answer prayers. God answers tithing. Whatever is the demonic presence that engulfs you will be... See what I mean? You see what kind of fairy tale nonsense this is? There's a demonic presence in me because I suggest that the clergy stop raping children. Can you imagine being that insane and stupid at the same time? You will return to Hollywood and blah, 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 blah. Like, this is just dumb. This is, again, you're only proving that you can't actually make a reasonable argument. You're just saying nonsense, just dumb shit you heard somebody else say at some point. But this shows you the type of person that it takes to be this kind of religious. That I'm the problem, I'm the demonic presence because I hold your clergy responsible for raping children. Never mind the genocide that God's chosen people are creating, are committing. Never mind that part either, right? All the children being killed left and right in Palestine, and the death toll numbers. The Bad Guy Land is claiming that they've lost 24 people. 24 people in recent, bullshit. 24 people out of all the thousands they've killed. All this anger is the devil's work. Again, it's like you're saying dumb shit to avoid the truth. Why don't you hold your clergy responsible for raping children? The clergy, the people pushing the narrative to begin with. Yeah, this is why it's like pointless to even try to have a conversation with Christians, and they do nothing but prove it. They prove just how unbelievably stupid someone has to be. If that's anything other than a bot, it's embarrassing how stupid you are. Just embarrassing. How is anyone that stupid? No, we can't afford to get presents this year for Christmas. Oh, well, Santa Claus is going to bring them. I know Santa Claus will bring them. Well, no. sorry, but there is no Santa Claus. It's been mom and dad this whole time, and we just hit a bit of a speed bump this year, but we'll make it up to you. No, 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 Santa Claus is gonna bring me presents. I wrote a letter. I read a letter. I know this letter. You know, we told you we sent it off, but it's right here. No, 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 he saw it. He sees it. He sees everything. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Yeah. It's just incredibly stupid, because it has to be. You know, you have to be incredibly stupid to believe any of that religious bullshit. Yeah, whatever. Nothing I do compares to raping children. I'll throw all the stones I can at clergy and you know, and the genocidal chosen. But I do appreciate you coming in and being the example of exactly what I'm talking about. Like, this is your average white person, your average white American, you know, moron. Racist white American moron. And it's the only way they can operate. God, that's weird looking, don't you think? Yeah. Again, I just don't even bother with this dumb Christian. They're dumb. I feel like I'm talking to some fucking mental patient. And it's not like I'm saying anything they don't know. They know that the clergy consistently gets caught raping children. They know that the chosen people are committing genocide right now. They've already reconciled this bullshit with themselves because of their own selfish needs. Their arrogant selfishness. Right? The only thing they care about is them and what happens in their afterlife. Imagine if once you got up to the pearly gates, if St. Peter was like, hey, you saw there was a genocide happening. What did you do about it? What do you mean? The devil is real. Yep, the devil is real. See, what Christians don't realize, again, is how stupid they have to be. Right? Why would your God allow the devil to exist? That's like you being the father of children, and you know some guy is a pedophile, and you bring him to your house and let him stay at your house with your kids. Hey, do you mind babysitting tonight? He's like, are you fucking sure about this? Yeah, it's fine. Just make sure you give him a bath and scrub him real good, okay? Like, it's so stupid. The idea of the devil is just, again, and the thing is, most Christians are too dumb to actually know it. Like, they don't understand what the history is behind what they believe in, why they believe the bullshit they believe. It's literally all bad guy fairy tale bullshit. You know, it's just, it's, you know, I mean, they know it. Jesus was a bad guy. Like, they understand it on some level, but then it like, the common sense part cuts off. And it really is shocking and kind of scary how stupid such a large group of people can be, regardless of what's happening, what's shown to them, what's obvious. I mean, as a young kid, I don't ever remember actually believing any of it. And I remember lots of shit. I remember being like 2 years old. I remember a couple of little snippets from it. I remember being 5 years old. And you're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be able to remember it, but I do. I remember certain things. And like, there was never any point where I believed that there was some asshole up in the sky who's, loves me and unconditionally, well, except a whole bunch of conditions. And if I violate those conditions, he's gonna smite me and have me burn in hell for all of eternity. Like, that shit was always stupid to me. As a child, with a child's mind, I could understand how utterly ridiculous it all was. And as I've gone older, every day of my life, I'm just further and further away from Christianity. Every single day, every single conversation, if you can even call it that, proves it and pushes me further. Oh, I'd like to give you a spiritual hug. Yeah, sure you would. Such weird, dumb shit. Like, it's so weird to me to think, like, somebody comes up to me and they're like, that car is, I'm going, you see that blue car? And they're like, that's not a blue car. That car is bright green. And you're going, no, look, it's fucking blue. You see it? It's right there. It's bright green. That's bright green. And you're just like, well, what do you mean, like, it's bright green? Green is so pretty. Okay, but why do you think that car is bright green? Yeah, green. I like green. Green's grass and green's money, but that car is bright green. And you're just looking at them like, do you even hear the questions coming at you? Like, is there something mentally wrong with you that not only you think the car is green, but you can't answer any questions as to why? Like, it's just such an incredible stupidity. And it I mean, common sense tells you that they have to do that because they know they can't actually engage in any sort of conversation. It's like any Christian. If you start trying to talk to them about what the Bible actually says, they don't know shit. They don't know any of it. And you just go, well, how do you believe in something and let this be the foundation of your life, of your being, is somebody else's bullshit to begin with? But you don't know any of it. And they just keep going, right? It's like, it's weird. You want to talk about NPCs, man. I don't, like, that's what it seems like. When you see those video games where you talk to the NPC and you ask it questions and it just keeps repeating the same, few lines it's programmed with. It's just so strange. I can't imagine being a free-thinking human being and being presented with the narrative you're being presented with and believing it and accepting it, running with it, pushing it. It's just so stupid. And at the end of the day, the chosen people are the worst people. They're just awful people. And you wonder, like, how can you be like that? What programming had to happen to you to get you to think this way? And, it really does give weight to the idea of the ritual sexual assault. Being able to create the shells that you need people to be by using the ritual sexual assault that is so rampant and commonplace in bad guy land. There's an article called Bottom of Darkness. I highly suggest all of you check it out. Because it's a bad guy land newspaper, bad guy land reporters, bad guy land's, victims. And it's this really well documented series of people exposing what happened and talking about how the rabbi and their uncles and the whole community would get together and do these ritual sexual assaults. And it's like there's no, I don't even know what you would begin to hide behind with it. Like, I don't know how you would begin to be like, oh, well, that's not, that's just blah, blah, blah. Like, I couldn't even come up with an example. You know, I don't understand how anybody sees or experiences what's going on and continues to believe the narrative that we're given. I'm shocked, man. It really turns me off to the world. But the reality is, you know, you're seeing it everywhere. If you were on my Instagram page, you could go through the Instagram feeds that I'm shown. I mean, it is just countless videos of people exposing what's happening. Doctors, the reporters, you know, the pundits. There's like everybody is saying the same things, and it's all really well documented. And yet, I mean, again, I just can't understand like what it is that motivates people. Step in front of a train, then, yeah. I mean, this is what they do. I'm not smart enough to be able to argue anything or say anything intelligent, so I'm gonna say desperate, stupid shit. Like these are genocide supporters. These are pedophile supporters, which means they're you know, they're complacent or they even partake. I think there's way more people that partake in the pedophilia than people realize. You know, and all of these idiots on here, absolutely all of them are pedophiles. Especially if they're part of this cult. The cult is pedophilic. So pedophilia is a huge part of that cult. Like the main ritual, the main mitzvah in that cult is the cutty slicey sucky. That's the main thing to them. And these disgusting pedophiles in the comments, I mean, you know, they can't help but prove it. The reason I allow them to even be here, I don't just block them all, is because I want you to see it. Given the floor, given the ability to speak and say what they want to freely, they're going to out themselves. They always out themselves. Yeah, we're clearly being censored today, so let's reset. You pedophiles, kill yourself.